Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Wednesday, July the 10th. The year's 2024. Let's talk trading. Waiting with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and different from Walmal's. And always have risk management in place. Never lose more on any one single trade than you are willing to lose. Now, you might wonder why I have a video screen up here saying waiting with Walmal as opposed to trading with Walmal. Walmal, how many trades you got today?
0. I don't have a single one. I mean, I was just saying to you that, over the last 4 hours, I've got smart range is showing 6 pips, 7 pips, 9 pips. Just no movement whatsoever in the market. I guess that's kind of expected to a certain extent. The week after NFP, it's July. It's just, all those things come together. And every summer it does slow down. Although a couple of years ago, there was one summer where, for whatever reason, the FOREX market was like all over the place. But I think that was a reaction to some of the COVID-19 stuff that was going on. But, history, if you go back and look in history, you'll always see that this month is a very, very slow month. Traders go on vacation, they go away, they spend time with their families or whatever they happen to do. But it just, so we just sit here and watch. I mean, Kirill, I just said to you, a few minutes ago, I could have forced some trades, but no. Why should I do that? Well, why should I go and create anguish and angst in my life? I've got enough. I don't have any anger in my life, but I do have some angst in my life. And for why should I go and create that anxiety? It's just not worth it. And and the trades I would have taken if I would have forced, in the long run, I would have done okay on them. But, I could have. I don't know if I would have made core. Probably would have. But, there would have been lots of like, oh, I'm in this trade now for 20 minutes. I'm in this trade for 25 minutes. I'm not supposed to be in trades that long. You know what? I'm just going to go and wait. So I'm now waiting for this hour that just went and came about 20 minutes ago, because from my broker anyway, that's a new H4 candle. And that's a lot of times, if the market hasn't moved, it creates a situation where it likes to move away from that H4. And this hour has usually been, if it's been really slow, it's actually moved away and it's provided some movement for me. The other thing that's happening is that Powell is testifying again today, and that's at 10 o'clock, so 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Savings Time. So that happens in about 40 minutes. And yesterday, if you look at the charts, when he started to speak, literally about 2 minutes into his message that he went and gave verbally, the market's just like it exploded. Yeah, that's not the real word, because since the amount that moved was not that much, but it moved about 15 pips. And in this market, that's an explosion.
Yeah.
As sad as that may seem.
Yeah, when you said moved away from H4, you meant moved away from the H4 open, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Just to let the traders know.
Whenever I say that, I always mean from the open, because that's what, to me, that's the thing that matters is, where did it open, which is usually a good representation where the previous H4 closed. Sometimes there's a gap there, but, during trading hours, that almost never happens. So when I say moved away from H4, what I'm talking about is moving away from the open of it. And that beeping you're hearing in the background is we're crossing back and forth across that H4 open. I'm going to go and silence that, because if it's annoying for me, it's got to be annoying for you all.
Actually, I can't even hear it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you were talking about the H1. Out of the last 20 hours, we only had 2 with a range of over 10 pips. 4 hours
That's
ago
absolutely.
we had 15, and 6 hours ago we had 12. So I mean, there just hasn't been much movement.
Yeah.
And to
So
sit around, for an hour or whatever for 5 or 2 pips, I mean that's just brutal.
it is. And yesterday, I took a trade after doing the video, and it was moving around like that yesterday as well, obviously. And finally, I just got sick and tired of waiting. And so what I did was I said, okay, I'm willing to lose X dollars on this trade, and it should eventually get to here. And what I did is I went and put my TP, put my stop loss in the market, turned off my computer, and let it happen, And I picked up like 3 pips on the deal. But the thing is, when I went back and looked at it this morning, it took like 3 hours for it to get to where I thought it was going to get to. It's just unbelievable how slow this market is. But, now I don't know if it's this slow on all the different instruments in Forex or not. I have not looked. That's probably something that, that you would be more versed to look at, because I know you look at all the, you have that one screen that you like to go over that goes and just shows all the different pairs and who's over 100 and so on and so forth. But I really don't know because I don't look at them.
Well,
I'd rather not trade.
Something happened in New Zealand because we've got the pound New Zealand has a range of 258. The euro New Zealand has a range of 203. Australian New Zealand has a range of 115, and New Zealand Japan has a range of 105. So I'm not sure what happened down there.
Something happened to our friends down there. Obviously, probably some type of news came out.
Yeah, and it looks bad because I'm looking close to open, and those pairs, the first three, it's green, so that means the New Zealand dollar must have tanked because on the New Zealand yen, in fact, all the base pairs are negative for New Zealand.
Interesting.
Yeah, New Zealand Canadian, New Zealand Swiss franc, New Zealand yen, and New Zealand US dollar are all negative.
I'm just checking to see if there was any news dropped. The only thing that happened, there's nothing today. Let me check yesterday because they're ahead of us. So last night, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, they were supposed to drop a rate change or a rate statement, and they did, and they left their interest rates at 5.5%. So they're on par with the U.S. So probably they were expecting them to raise the interest rates. That would be my guess as to what happened.
Yeah. Well, a pound dollar with 34 pip range. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's it's sort of like watching the grass grow, watching the paint dry. All those all those euphemisms get called into mind right now, and all we can do is sit here and wait and watch, and so we'll see what happens, but because eventually it always does, it always breaks at us, because if it doesn't, that means we don't have a market anymore, and we know that can't happen. So, and if the only pair that's really, or the only currency marker that's moving is the NZD, then it's not, because of something that some type of systemic thing that's going on.
Yeah.
It's something else that's going on, and like I said, it's sometime blues.
Now I'm looking at the M1 smart range here, and 12 minutes ago we had a range of 2.9, and that was in the 99 percentile. That's That kind of shows you what kind of movement we've had.
Yeah, absolutely crazy.
And 3 minutes ago we had 1.2, and that's at the 58th percentile. So it's like you got no movement.
Well, even on the looking at the smart range for the 5 minute, you know, and we have a movement of 2.9, and that's 76%. And then the 5 minute candle before it was 3.8, and that was 88%. I mean, that's unheard of.
Yeah.
Absolutely unheard of. So we got, I know this is probably a really boring video, but we're reporting the truth and reporting what's going on out there. It's just the reality is that's just what happens sometimes.
Well, trading is waiting. I mean, it takes a second or less to click the mouse to enter, a second or less to click the mouse to exit, and everything else is just waiting. You're either waiting to enter or waiting to exit. I mean,
you're exactly right.
I guess the buses are running on the holiday schedules today or something.
A holiday Sunday schedule.
Because I know I'm looking here on the 5 minute chart, and it looks like we're stuck in a range between about 05 and 12. That's only 7 pips, but I guess for some people, if you can wait 30 minutes to make your move or make your money, that's okay. But for us that like to be in and out, in a very short period of time, and as we speak,
I went long at 11.8. It's my first trade of the day.
So you broke the M30 high from the last M30.
Yep, exactly. And I had a flip-flop box there, and I came across my supply and demand line like we talked about the other day. And so I picked up 4.9 pips on it when I dropped out.
Yeah, nice one.
So, it shows you even in a day like today when there really isn't any movement, there's still some pips that you can make. It's just problem is you got to be paying attention, and that's hard because you got to be constantly looking at the screen, and the screen's not doing anything, and it becomes hard because I think what happens is you want to get tunneled into things, and you just your brain just doesn't see it.
Yeah, well, it's making new highs right now, so they must be setting up for Powell, because it's probably going to talk, and the currency's going to tank, because he's going to say something good for the U.S. dollar. That would be my guess. That'd be my guess. And if let me see, where's my chart here? Not that one. Yeah, right here. We've went through last week's high at 17. Yesterday's high was 28.25, so that's a psychological. And so my guesstimate here is that they might take it back up to that 25 level. Maybe they might even take it to the launch pad, and then it'll come back down. So I would look to short if it gets up to 28.38. If it goes beyond that, coming back down, that's where I'd want to short. And you know what, fellow traders, the fastest 15 minutes in trading is almost over. But that's kind of funny. We're talking about waiting, and we actually waited for an opportune time to take a trade and make some pips. So that just goes to show it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.